Yeah, it has, Nicole, a substantial number. And as the president announced those sanctions today, he also tried to remind the country what's at stake and why it's so important that these sanctions were rolled out in the first place. Take a listen to what he just said moments ago from inside the White House.
We in the United States are going to continue to ensure that Putin pays the price for his aggression abroad and repression at home. Brave Ukrainian soldiers and civilians are dying. Russia is taking Ukraine territory for the first time in many months. But here in America, the Speaker gave the House a 2-week vacation. They have to come back. They have to come back and get this done.
So not just a rallying cry, but also a call to action for Congress directly. The president saying, end your recess, come back and pass the security supplemental, which would provide $60 billion in military assistance to Ukraine. Now, the president not just urging Congress to do this, but also explaining that the sheer number of the sanctions in this package now are the largest since the war began 2 years ago when Russia invaded Ukraine. This is in response to Russia not only continuing its aggression and actually winning ground again in Ukraine, but also the death of Alexi Navalny. Now, to be clear, we've been speaking to our sources, talked to someone at the White House National Security Council. They've told us it's not as if these sanctions were created overnight or even in the past week. There have been months and months of work that have gone into these sanctions. So they were already planned for this 2-year anniversary. But after the death of Alexei Navalny became public, we're told the White House went back to the drawing board, added some to the sanctions and modified others. And we do know now the State Department is holding 3 specific individuals related to Navalny's imprisonment sanctioned on this list as well. A couple of other things it is attempting to do here is hold Russia's financial sector accountable, defense industrial base accountable, its procurement networks, which means the people who are helping them to get electronics and military equipment into Russia. So those are the kinds of things the U.S. is targeting right now. Nicole, the challenge has been that even though we've had sanctions on Russia basically since this war began, they have still been able to generate a lot of revenue, and their economy is doing relatively well because they've been selling oil to Iran, to China, and also to India, an American ally, not an adversary. So that is going to be a challenge here. In these sanctions, the White House says they're going to try to address that Russian energy sector and try to cut that off and the money they're getting because they say that is fueling this war effort on the part of Russia. So we'll see whether that is actually successful. But all of that, again, a very comprehensive package of sanctions that the White House is putting forward on what is almost to the day, the 2-year anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine.
Yeah, still so many challenges, Joe. Thank you. Well, 2 years into Russia's war with Ukraine,